All right. Let's see. Do you have news?
I do have some news.
Well, we'll do some of that.
All right. So, speaking of the man-woman nutsack, this is applicable. I've been paying attention to this story on Instagram for a while. Alliance Defending Freedom is representing a Christian camp in Colorado. Mm-hmm. Idra Haji is the name of the camp. It stands for I'd Rather Have Jesus. And it's a Christian camp there.
Acronym.
The ages are between 6 and 17. Mm-hmm. And it served Colorado families of faith. And they say that they actually accept people of all backgrounds, but they have to be okay with them, identifying like girls as girls and boys as boys because they have separate sleeping, right?
Yes.
And the camp filed a complaint in federal court back a couple weeks ago challenging new state licensing rules issued by the Colorado Department of Early Childhood that allegedly required children's resident camps to permit campers access to bathing, dressing, and sleeping facilities that align with the camper's gender identity. So the camp essentially is getting shut down by the state because they don't pay attention to the First Amendment.
What the fuck happened to Colorado? Colorado used to be a normal place, like home of Coors and John Denver. You know what I mean? And then they fucking broke hard. Something happened.
Was it the legalization of pot?
I don't know, but it's why you have an out of control homeless problem and a crime problem and why you're ruining your city. Something happened. Like you could chart Minneapolis, Minnesota, and like Denver, Colorado. When I was a kid, it was just fucking Paul Bunyan and horseback riding and the Flatiron Mountain Range and the Rockies and dudes and camping and hunting. And Minnesota was Bud Grant and Minnesota Vikings and stuff. And you guys went off the fucking rails in the last like 20 years and you've completely ruined your brand.
It's such a beautiful place too, and I feel like there's lots of normal people. Mm-hmm. This is crazy though, because under the new state policy, according to this article, the camp must choose between upholding its religious beliefs and mission or abandoning those in order to keep its license. So they could completely use their license. It gets even better. They're going to send in a regulator.
It's the other. First off, it's more academia. It's like, well, we got to send in somebody to go in and verify. Like you don't. You can leave people. You can leave people alone.
Yep.
There could be a Boy Scouts and there can be a Girl Scouts, and then boys could join the Boy Scouts and girls could join the Girl Scouts, and then we'll be done. We do not need to tear everything down.
Well, apparently, I mean. Honestly, and I think the ADF is arguing that like this is just in complete violation of their First Amendment rights because they're going to have a licensed specialist that would visit the camps to make sure that they're in compliance with letting boys sleep with girls and girls sleep with boys.
Colorado's a place where they had the Masterpiece cake baker guy, and they went in and wanted the gay cake, and then they wanted the trans cake, and then it had to go to the Supreme Court, and you had to destroy a small business because a bunch of nut jobs went in there and filed lawsuits against it.
Yep.
And you guys were all down with it, and it went all the way to Supreme Court. You guys, I don't know what happened with Colorado, but you fuckers lost it. You've lost it. I don't know why you'd want to go down this road. All it does is ruin cities and ruin states.
Or shut down a camp that's existed for 70 years and serviced thousands of children. And they also, the camp was very clear. They were like, you do not have to identify as like Judeo-Christian person to send your child to camp here. You just have to say, like, we will separate boys and girls.
Right.
I don't see how this is a problem.
Getting back to our initial conversation, when you talk to dudes, they want to go to the garage and wrench on their projects or go hunting, or they want to do stuff. You know what I mean? And you go, how about you spend all your time trying to ruin some Christian camp? And they go, I don't care.
Not a priority.
I want to go work on stuff.
But if you tell the cross-legging, the leg crossing,
they don't have hobbies. Their hobby is getting involved with your shit.
Yep.
Their hobby is ruining your stuff.
Yep.
They don't have their own stuff. That's what I'm saying.
No, it's true.
Most guys, any guy I know who's a wrencher or builder or whatever, all they want to do is be left alone to work on their stuff. They have no interest what you do in your camp. That's your business. It's your camp. Their business is getting involved with other people's business. Yeah. That's their hobby.
Yeah, they have to get in the way of it all.
Right.
Of the parents, of the religion.
Yes, they can't have it.
Of the individual.
Yes.
You must listen to the state.
Yes.
So this one's kind of interesting. Are you an Epstein didn't kill himself person?
I I tend not to believe a lot of the stuff I've been hearing lately because it's all turned out to be a lie.
Okay.
But I do look at Kash Patel and Bongino as pretty straight shooters.
Yeah.
So I feel like if they came down on the side of suicide, I would tend to listen to them more than I would listen to, let's say, Jake Tapper.
Well, we can take a listen. So
Okay.
they actually came down on the side of suicide.
Yeah, I
and
heard that.
we have a clip right here.
Epstein committed suicide. People don't believe it.
Well, I mean, listen, they have a right to their opinion, but as someone who has worked as a public defender, as a prosecutor, who's been in that prison system, who's been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, who's been in segregated housing, you know a suicide when you see one, and that's what that was.
He killed himself. You want me to? I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
So
I would tend to believe Bongino. I do not know Kash Patel that well, but I would tend to believe him. On the other hand, the fact that nothing ever comes out about anything to do with Epstein is a little curious.
well, I get why conspiracy theories develop, because it's like the lack of transparency.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Well, what I'm saying is this is one of the biggest. I mean, look, we're now getting everything that P. Diddy did and every celebrity that showed up,
Yeah.
and we're getting all the testimonials,
All the
and,
victim statements, all the
we're
stuff.
getting.
Yeah.
It's just you could fill case files.
You know that
with
there's
what's
people
going on.
that think that Diddy and Epstein were connected too. That's another conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I'm saying if you are a male porn star that goes by the handle of the Punisher or something, you may get called into court, exposed, testimony, what have you. But Bill Clinton is different than that guy.
Mm-hmm.
There's an apparatus that's there to protect, like the Clintons,
Yeah.
let's say. So he was not involved with P. Diddy per se, but he may have been involved with Epstein, and Epstein is where the apparatus is. We don't have that apparatus protecting us.
And so now there's people like on the right, the far right, and part of the MAGA movement that are mad at Bongino and Kash Patel for saying this, and they're saying that the apparatus got to them. Do you think the apparatus got to them, or do you think?
Listen.
I mean, honestly, I didn't. But then seeing that clip of Bongino again, he does kind of look like a little deer in the headlights.
I will say this. I will say that I think of myself as a fairly upright guy. I'm not a liar and a blah blah blah. But I can tell you, sort of morally, when you go, well, listen, I like this country, and I'm a blue collar guy, and I think we should bring manufacturing back to this country, and I'm all for that. And then someone goes, all right, well, you're doing merch, right? And I go, yeah, well, if we do your T-shirt in Indiana, it's going to be $31 a unit. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay. We do China, it's $4 a unit.
Yeah, if not cheaper.
All of a sudden, I'm not quite as patriotic as I was 5 minutes earlier. I'm like, oh, really? Oh, So I do get that when people say to somebody, listen, you say this and it's going to cause a shitstorm the likes of which you've never seen.
Yeah.
And there's some guys you like that may get caught up in this, and it may also, it's a kind of a look, you have an agenda, you're doing great things, you really want to upset that and stop doing all the great things you're doing, and blah blah blah.
So you're on the side of like the apparatus got to them?
People make business decisions. You see it all the time.
Yep.
And it doesn't really make you immoral. It necessarily. It is a business decision. Everybody who manufactures something in China started off by wanting to manufacture something in the United States, and then found out how much it cost.
Expensive it was.
And then all of a sudden they start making deals. They go, well, I have employees and I got to pay them. And, if I'm charged $31 a unit, I'm not going to have as much to pay them. And you start making concessions.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm open to that. I don't even really hold it against the person, because 9.5 out of 10 people would do what they do.
If they were in that same position. I think that's where you get like the keyboard warriors that are like conspiratorial online.
Yeah.
Hello in the comments. That if they were in the same position, they would probably do the same thing Cash and Bongino are doing.
Well,
right?
I'm saying, I would say, look, I'm going into this position, full transparency. I'm only going to tell the truth and let the chips fall where they may. But at some point, Trump might pull you aside and go, look, on this issue.
With the diamond.
With the diamond in front of his nutsack. Sit down.
I'm never forgetting that. No.
Let me just dust off my diamond.
Every time.
Here we go. Focus on the diamond. Yeah. Everyone is, look.
So you say that you're an honest person. Have you ever pretended to work when you weren't working?
Oh, that's the next story. Well, I have a problem, which was my work was, if you work construction, which is what I did.
Pretty obvious if you're not working.
There is no not working
Yeah.
because you're standing there
Yeah.
and then you get yelled at. You just get yelled at. You need to be moving. If you just stop and you're just standing in the site, someone will yell at you. Get going.
Be like, that drywall was supposed to be up.
There's no,
Yeah.
you can't stand in the middle of a construction site not doing anything and go, I am working. You can't do you can't do it. And so the problem with, first things, everyone with their goddamn phone, it's down 20% just with the phone.
Okay, but also I think so. There's this new ghost working trend. This is from the New York Post, and it's a lot of employees that they're actually saying that they're burned out, and the reason why they pretend to work at work is because they feel like a boss is either on one extreme micromanaging them, or on the other extreme doesn't give them enough direction. But you're right; it's not a job that is like a craft, like carpentry or dentistry or something very specific. It's an office job, sometimes in remote places.
I'm trying to think how much lateral fake work movement I've ever had, which is to say, first work the grill at McDonald's. Next, me and Kamala would work the grill in
Gotta make
Studio
sure
City
yeah.
McDonald's. There's zero fakeage there.
Yep.
You're standing there. They start yelling at you if you weren't putting up
Honking
Big
the horns
Macs.
of the drive-through line.
Yeah, we didn't have a drive-through actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Where was that location?
It was the one in Studio. Oh, I don't know. Talk to my press secretary. It's the one in Studio City that is now gone.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever seen one.
It was right off of Ventura Boulevard.
Oh, wow.
Between Coldwater and Laurel Canyon. Oh, sorry, between Colfax and Laurel Canyon. And it was up in Studio City.
That was probably hopping.
It was the kind of one of the earlier. There wasn't a lot. There was one further down, more like Sherman Oaks, Encino area. But this was there. It was a new mall. Now I think there's like a Trader Joe's there and a something. But
It's where the Sephora and the Trader Joe's and the Mendocino Farms and stuff are.
I wouldn't know where the Sephora was from there. But yes.
Well, because I'm a person who crosses my legs, I do.
Yes.
Okay.
So
you're saying you're honest, and every job you've had is very like hands-on.
I had that job, and then I had liquor store delivery guy, but that was another thing where you couldn't fake it because they'd give you a couple cases of booze and you have to take it somewhere, and it's like they would call if
they're
you
like,
were,
where's my
is
beer?
he?
Yeah.
Right. So I did that. Then I did carpet cleaning. Now, carpet cleaning, you could not work because we would do restaurants, and we would have to do restaurants in the middle of the night. So
they wouldn't know. I mean, I feel like you would notice.
There's a built-in problem with carpet cleaning, like
You
a
see
fundamental
the
problem.
before and after,
Yeah, like that.
and the smell probably.
Yeah, you'd go into the Hamburger Hamlet in Westwood and you'd clean the carpet, or the Country Kitchen, or wherever. We do Tony Roma's. We do really greasy, crappy food places. So you can tell the difference between clean carpet and horrible, dirty carpet, which would be coming out of the kitchen all greasy. It was a mess. But I got dropped off in the middle of the night because it would close, and I'd be there all night. But I could sit in a booth and do nothing for an hour, but the carpet wasn't going to get cleaned.
Or you could do the job and then like take a nap after.
Yeah, I mean,
like you could try to speed up the process.
it's but if you work nonstop, you'd already get out of there 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Or you could sit down for a half hour and get out at 3.
Yeah.
but you didn't really want to hang out because you wanted to go home because it was like the middle of the night.
It's a better place to sleep at home.
Yeah, so I was motivated. Plus, I couldn't tell Art Fuss, my manager, if
Is that a comedy name or was that really his name?
Art Fuss.
That sounds like a
Carpets.
sitcom character name.
He's the greatest. And if he dropped you off to clean the Pizza Hut in Pasadena, and you told him it took 5 hours, he'd go, that's an hour and a half. Because he knew what size the Pizza Hut was.
I appreciate bosses like that actually know how long a job will take because they worked their way up, right? Like
in the carpet cleaning world, it's pretty straightforward. If you got a huge place, I once cleaned Edwards Air Force Base.
Whoa.
That is like terminals, acreage of just acres of carpet as far as you could see.
Yeah.
That was like a 12-hour day because Art knew that was Edwards Air Force Base. But if they dropped you off at the Colony Kitchen, he knew how big it was.
90 minutes.
Yeah, 2 hours maybe, but you weren't going to milk it past 2 hours.
So we've made it very clear that like your listeners that are doing real work, not office work.
In construction, then it was construction, and when you're digging ditches, you're either digging ditches or you're not digging ditches. The foreman's just standing there. If you're just standing there, he's going to start yelling at you.
Yeah,
and then he would fire you. And then later on, I became a boxing coach, but that was the same thing. It was like an hour-long class. Couldn't really fake teaching an hour-long boxing class.
Yeah.
And then
somebody might punch you in the face if they didn't feel like they were getting their money's worth.
And then radio, but radio you had to be there and you had to talk and stuff. And then TV, about the closest I could get on TV is we had an office. Me and Jimmy shared a big office, and I love napping. I love to nap. I love nap. Yeah, but it was totally frowned on back then. But see, I worked nights.
Yeah.
And then I'd come home at 12:30 at night, and I'd go to bed at 1:30, maybe 2, and I'd get up and come into the Man Show. And at like 3 in the afternoon, I was like, I want to take a nap.
That post-lunch slump, too.
Post-lunch slump. And back then, now you're virtuous. Like, oh, the science says. Not back then. You were just lazy and a pussy. And I would like slink out. Like I'd go, like, I'm going to go check out the stage or something. But I would go into my dressing room and I would take a 20-minute nap.
Did you ever get caught?
Oh, yeah. They'd come looking for me.
That's so funny.
Oh, I used to sneak into my producers, had a couple of lady producers that had a sofa, and I'd sneak into their office.
Yeah.
Just let me lay down for a second. But they'd come looking for me.
I do have to admit, I have not done what 23% of people say that they did. They walked around the office with a notebook.
To look busy?
To look like they're headed somewhere, right? 22% said that they would randomly type gibberish on their keyboards.
I have found, well, I appreciate that. Because I had basically 2 modes. I had working.
Yeah.
Which is all construction, is just work. And occasionally you had to look like you're working if somebody turned the corner and you weren't working. You had to get kind of busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I've realized the new generation doesn't care what you think if they're working or not.
Maybe.
And maybe it's a California thing, but I remember so vividly, I was leaving here on a Thursday at like 11 in the morning, and I had one of my guys, I literally had my bags and was heading to the airport to work over the weekend. And I had Mike August out there in the Uber, and he had his bag, and I was like walking out of this building, and I looked at one of my guys who was sitting in this office with his chair, and I just go, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Playing video games." And I go, "I am walking out of the building, never to be seen again. I'm getting on a flight, gonna pay a little extra for knee rooms." I didn't know it. Until I got back.
Didn't know it.
Thank God I'm not a person of color. But I was like, I'm walking out the door. All you had to do is pretend like you're doing something on your computer. Yeah. You don't have to tell me you're playing a video game.
But he was honest.
People do a lot of that. Yeah, the guy killed the co-eds, but he confessed. So good enough. All right, good dude. Yeah.
Have
let
you
him
ever
go.
have you ever walked around? I've done this before. I've pretended to be on the phone when I am getting like catcalled or something. I like walking
by a
down
construction site? You mean?
or Skid Row, either one.
Oh.
No, but I'm saying so apparently a whopping 50% of these people in the office have held their phones to their ears while like pretending to be on a phone call.
Look, there's a problem. There is a computer and there is a phone.
Yes.
And the phone can be used to do work, or the phone could be used
You could
to
be on
watch
TikTok or
pornography.
Ugh.
Okay, but it's right there and it's the same device.
And they have like the privacy filters now too, like the privacy screens.
Right.
So like you really can't always see what the person is doing when you walk by.
So now the person's on their computer. Mm-hmm. Are they working? Well, I don't know. Are they looking up? Are they on Zillow looking up houses? I don't know. They're on their computer. The computer is either a great instrument for work or a great instrument for leisure. I don't know which one it is. You could be checking your Roto League on it and or doing the work I want you to do. Yeah. I don't know. The thing about the old days, when I worked on a construction site, you had a shovel. The shovel was not used for pleasure. It's not used for leisure. It was used.
Yep.
Or it wasn't. So if you set your shovel down and we're just standing, they'd go, hey, pick up the shovel. But I can't yell, hey, get on the computer, because you may be working. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
And we don't know what you're doing, and nobody knows what you're doing. That's the problem. I see people staring at their phone all the time. I can't tell if they're working or not working.
They could be watching your show at work.
They could be watching me at work.
And then when their boss walks by, they're like in the comments section pretending to write a report.
Nobody really cares whether you catch them working or not anymore. I've realized.
Really?
That's my experience. I grew up being paranoid that you would be caught not working. I sat on scaffolding once with a guy doing construction who I liked. Once in a while, you'd get an English-speaking guy in there. It was rare, but like an English-speaking guy, and even more rare would be like a guy with a sense of humor, like you could actually talk to. And we sat on scaffolding. We sat on it because we're up at the top near a ceiling.
And definitely did not cross your legs.
No leg crossing on a job site. And we were doing repointing work, which is tucking grout in between bricks endlessly. It's endless. It's like picture a wall of brick that goes on for as far as you can see, and then you get this little tuck trowel, and you just sit there and you just tuck. And sitting, he's tucking away, I'm tucking away. But we were talking and we were tucking.
Yeah.
And my foreman came by and yelled, "Hey, shut up. No talking." I was like,
because men can't multitask. Your foreman knew this.
He saw the hawk, which is the thing with the mortar on it, and the tuck trowel, and we're working, but we're talking because we're sitting 5 feet from each other, and he's doing this section, and I'm doing this section. He said, no talking.
No, not allowed.
Not allowed.
And you're like, I'm going to show you. I'm going to have my own show one day.
One day. There's going to be something called the internet. And on it, you will find something called podcasters. And I should prove you wrong, sir.
You proved him wrong.
I did. All right. Well, that was fun, Alicia Krause. Oh, let me give you a plug.
Oh, thanks.
You can check out Newsmakers Weekly Op-Ed, the Washington Examiner, YouTube, right? Where would you like? Should people just go to your website that want to
just
read
go to
you
my
and hear
website.
you?
Check me out on Instagram. I know you won't check me out on Instagram because you're not on Instagram.
I
but
work, baby.
Everybody else. Instagram is work. Instagram can be work too. I
shovel. You understand? And I use my tuck trowel, but I don't do the tuck move Justin Trudeau does. That's a different tuck move. All right. Justin was drawn on by L.A. Popo.
Yeah. This was, so this was like in 2004-ish, I would say. I'm shooting a sizzle reel for, there was a guy named John DeResta who was a transit cop in New York City. And this guy named Jim Jones was married.
I know John DeResta. Yeah.
And Jim Jones was married to this
cult leader,
woman. Yeah, different guy.
Not for me.
Woman from Comedy Central. So we were shooting the sizzle reel in the Reno 911 car, but the light bar was covered with a piece of leather, right? I'm in a New York police uniform. He's in a New York police uniform. I'm driving. He's in the back seat filming, and we get pulled over middle of the day. 2 LA cops come up, one on each side, and they're like, "Hey, what's going on here?" So we give them the whole spiel. I'm a comedian. I was a cop in Maine, and he was a cop in New York. And like, "Oh, you remember this guy in Brooklyn? Oh yeah, he was telling cop stories, asking me what was that like up in Maine and this whole thing." And he's like, and I'm like, I just did an event for Bill Bratton, the chief, a black tie event. I just performed there. They're like, "Oh, we don't get invited to those. We're peons, ha ha," laughing. So I think like I'm talking with old cop buddies, right? We're cops. We're all cops. They go, are those real guns? So I go, no. And I reach down to grab the gun. They both drew on me before I even got my hand on the gun. They go, "Don't move." And this guy, John's like, he's like, "Oh, what the hell are you doing?" I mean, it was like, and they both drew on me and I didn't move. And my point is the reason that story is they don't know what I gave them this whole story. It could have been all made up. I'm driving around, doing whatever. They don't know. So that unknown. And if I kept moving, they weren't going to holster their gun and tase me.
Yeah, but right.
You know what I mean? I would get shot.
That's what firearm is. Yeah, you got to be careful.
And the fact that I to this day wish she'd kept the cameras on in the back.
John, yeah.
You know who was in the back seat? Kyle Dunnigan was filming. He was in the back seat.
Good old Kyle.
Yeah. And to that day,
Kyle was in the back filming.
He was in the back filming with Jim. They're in the back. There's 4 of us in this police cruiser, broad daylight. But it's literally like they literally and I literally and if I got shot, that would have been my fault. Like what an idiot! I just wasn't even thinking.
Yeah.
But what a different world. But you talk about where I was a cop, wasn't Chicago. Yeah, I'm up in the woods and you're just talking. Like we're all cop buddies. Talking, and that's the threat they have. So when they pull someone over, if that's what they're thinking with us, and I give them this whole story, and they see the film, and we're in the Reno night, it's crazy. So they just don't know what they're.
I know. I get it.
But anyway,
I get mad at CNN for doing the hustle part. All right, news.
Let's get madder. California eco-bureaucrats halted Pacific Palisades fire safety to protect. This says project, but to protect an endangered shrub. They had essentially this story is that there was a fire safety conservation type project that they halted replacing the fire poles with metal fire poles.
Well, not the fire poles. The telephone poles, which catch on fire.
Excuse me. Yeah. These poles to make them fire safe.
Yeah.
So instead of doing that, they stopped and everybody halted it because of a random shrub that ironically benefits from wildfire.
Look, the fact that it's 2025. Okay, there's a physical danger to having the power lines, falling down and electrocuting people or starting fires or what have you. But there's also just a very sort of cosmetic, emotional, sort of urban sprawl kind of thing where it's like it just wires everywhere. It's kind of a bummer. It looks like shit. Yeah. If you walk outside the studio and look up the street, it's just nothing. It's just endless wires. So it's a safety thing, but it's also just kind of a societal thing. Like it just looks like shit. And we've been talking about this for a long time. We get taxed a lot in this state. Can we just bury them? Yeah. Let's just put them in the ground. Let's stop having all these conversations about replacing poles and this, that, and the other. It's like it's an aesthetic, gross nightmare.
My question when it first happened was, why did that never happen? Why? And this answers the question. There's a big problem that they could have retrofit, even though it wouldn't be buried, which I would think that the taxpayers in that area would decide to bury it.
Well, this is sort of what we're talking about, which is the politicians, Sidney Nutjob we just saw, and Karen Bass. This isn't something they're interested in. They're not interested in it. It's not sexy. It's not fun. They don't get to accuse people of being racist. It's nothing they're interested in. Mm-hmm. Like, honestly, I am interested in it. So if I was a politician, I wouldn't do the racial hustling. I'd be a dog with a bone and burying these wires. That's all I would talk about. they are a bunch of dingbat chicks who have no interest in this. So, of course, we don't get the wires buried. And we have a bunch of politicians that are much more interested in saving the milk thistle weed than we do burying the wires.
I'm glad
because
you
they just
mentioned her.
they don't care.
Karen Bass, the LA Times. Yeah, this is the thistle. If you could see there on the screen. Yeah, it's pretty. You know,
I paid on one of those.
Later on, it'll dry up and catch on fire.
Exactly right. The LA Times owner says endorsing Karen Bass was a mistake due to incompetence. So that's just going along with what you're talking about. That the LA Times kind of took back their endorsement of Karen Bass a little bit too late. And a strange thing, Rick Caruso, all his buildings are alive and well.
Because he got his own private fire detail, or he built them a certain way?
Well, they had built a certain way, and they also sprinkler systems that engage during this thing. So
that's built
his
a certain
shopping
way.
center is fine.
Yeah, well, that guy wanted to be mayor. So basically, we had a choice, so we're there now. Are we going to be a pragmatic society, or are we going to be an emotional society? And we had a choice a couple of years ago. What was the mayoral thing, Dawson? I mean, 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
We had a choice. And one road led to pragmatism. And I'm not even assigning a values judgment to this. It's just one was, I'm super pragmatic. Most women I've been with have been less pragmatic and more emotional, which is better for certain things. You know, they're better huggers. But I've always been pragmatic. I'm more pragmatic than most guys I know. I'm super pragmatic. I always have been. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that's how I'm wired. Real nuts and boltsy. I used to be a builder, so that's kind of my background. And women are wired a different way. Okay, so 2 years ago, we got to a fork in the road. One was a pragmatic fork, and the other was a more emotional, feel-good, vibes-based, whatever fork. And we, because we're LA and we're California, are not wired for pragmatism, so we went down the emotional road. Karen Bass gave a speech a couple of years ago in front of the big swinging in front of the Democratic whatever party, explaining that. And Dawson, I think we looked for this and we could never find it because they scrubbed it. They wouldn't put it there. But she was explaining that the homeless problem was caused by income inequality, which is batshit crazy. It's basically Elon Musk took all the money and now we have people rolling around in their own shit on the streets of downtown Los Angeles. It has nothing to do with income inequality, but she's basically a communist and she's emotional and she's non-pragmatic and she thinks that way. Rick Caruso would have taken a different path to getting rid of the homeless because he's a pragmatic person, but we didn't want that. We didn't want that. We wanted the emotional part. The emotional part goes nowhere and leads nowhere. Just you feel good that you voted for the person that feels good and it's more emotional and everything else. Meanwhile, 2 years in, more homeless, $24 billion down the fucking drain. Now, what does it take to get from emotional to pragmatic? And the answer is your fucking house burning to the ground. Yeah. That's what does it. It's you getting stabbed by a junkie. It's your daughter getting shot at work on Melrose Boulevard. That gets you from emotional and hypothetical and fantastical to super pragmatic. And that's so now that everything is burnt to the ground, we may be ready for something a little more pragmatic and a little less good vibesy.
Yeah, might bring change.
It might.
Just might.
Well, they need some change because it's beyond the brink. Data shows the LA Fire Department among the most understaffed in America. The fires swept through, and the reason.
Well, also we have a bunch of unintentional arsonists. Like, imagine if you just went, well, they're not really arsonists. They're just homeless people who like smoking crack, camping in the hills, and they get really fucked up and pass out. They're like, oh, so we have some de facto
accidental
arsonists. We have an army of accidental arsonists just sprawled out. You know what I mean?
And the other thing about this is, in my personal experience, where You can be a prison firefighter and go cut fire lines and work your sentence off early, but when you get home, you cannot be a firefighter.
Oh, really?
No, you
'Cause
can't.
You're white.
Exactly.
Wait, why would you be in prison? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. So little pragmatic things like that. Like if you got a lot of experience out in the field cutting fire lines, then you get out and you serve your debt to society. You should be eligible to at least attempt to be a firefighter.
Yeah,
Yes.
but they've taken that away, and there's just a hiring freeze, I guess, and most of the firehouses are underfunded. They got less than $1,000 of cash on hand. It's been like a systemic problem, even though we all knew that these fires were going to break out sometime in the Santa Ana, but the leadership fell very short.
Well, where's somebody tweeted me out, Joe, me on stage at Wise Guys like 4 years ago, screaming about Newsom and how California was on fire. I just kept yelling it was on fire, and I was like, when did I say that? Because I don't remember anything.
It's always on fire.
That was 4 years ago. So the people knew about it. We'll find 30 seconds of it just to hear me yell fire. But
what's the deal with there's only like 2 planes that pick up the water? Like when there's
We don't
you'd
have
think there'd be like 10 or 12
Yeah,
planes
we had to
ready to
borrow
go.
one from Canada,
and then the drone took it out. Like I'm watching that from New England going, geez, that's only got two planes out there and one's from Canada?
Yeah. So what we do is we spend our money on a lot of shit that doesn't matter, but that's the non-pragmatic. Now, what we just got in the presidential election is the pragmatist won, but California is not that yet.
Yeah.
We'll be the last to get sucked up into whatever's pragmatic, but eventually. At the end of the day, people want their home to not be on fire and they want their streets to be safe.
Yeah.
So they don't even know what the fuck they're doing in California because they want this too. They go, we want good schools and we want safe streets and we want homes to be safe, and yet then they vote for everything that doesn't get them that because they think it feels good.
People that want to destroy it.
Which makes them stupid. Yeah. Was that a tweet that I had? Well, I don't know why. It was just me yelling fire. Over and over.
In a crowded theater? I thought that was illegal.
None of my shows are
On
crowded,
stage.
man. You know that. You know better than to accuse me of having a crowded room.
Well, here's some good news. Israel and Hamas agreed to hostage release. Yeah, and a Gaza ceasefire deal after 15 months of war.
Hey.
Yeah, apparently, there are a lot of hoops to jump through in order for them to completely get through, but apparently it involves a hostage exchange. They're going to release some of these prisoners from Gaza, and Trump weighed in. He said this epic ceasefire agreement could have only happened as a result of our historic victory in November, as it signaled the entire world and that my administration would seek peace and negotiate deals to ensure the safety of all Americans and our allies. He wrote on Truth Social.
Well,
so he's taking credit for it.
Well, he told them he was going to unleash hell on them if they didn't do it. Yeah. And ultimately, they're bullies, and bullies do not respond to friendly, nice, and what have you, decorum. Yeah. They only respond to bullies and terrorists. And by the way, that entire that culture, it's a culture that looks at you as a sucker if you try to play nice with them. They just assume, every time I got into a street fight, It's because I wanted to get into a street fight, and I knew the best way to get into a street fight with assholes was to tell them I didn't want any trouble. As soon as I told them I didn't want any trouble, they went, well, you found trouble. And then I would fight, which is what I wanted to do, mostly out of boredom, I think. But I knew the way to get them to fight was just to pretend like I was scared and I didn't want anything because they were bullies. Because they were starting shit in the first place, So when you tell those people, we don't want problems, they go, oh, you don't want problems? Oh, now you got problems, because because they have a bully mentality and that's how they roll. Plus, they think if they had the power we had, they'd come in and invade and take over. They do everything. They destroy us. You know what I mean? They don't understand being able to destroy something and not doing it. You know what I mean? Not doing it. They only understand fear. and being punched in the nose. And so that's what they get with Trump. They get fear with him versus diplomacy. Everyone likes diplomacy, but diplomacy's good when you're dealing with Sweden, but it's not good when you're dealing with bully, homicidal maniacs who want Sharia law everywhere and declare jihad on everyone. No, then it's not good. That's weakness to them.
They're saying that there's 60 hostages believed to be alive. They're going to release 33 and in exchange for Israel freeing hundreds of Palestinian imprisoned in jails. So that's the first phase. And then apparently on the 7th day, I believe, of the ceasefire, there are going to be further releases after that.
Do they get any, oh God, what's the syndrome? Not Munchausen's, but there's the
Stockholm.
Yeah. Are there any Stockholming going on?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'm imagining they were in tunnels somewhere.
I think no Stockholm.
Yeah.
But if I was kidnapped by people from Stockholm, then I might have some Stockholm syndrome. Like, hey, we're shopping at IKEA. Well, you're free. IKEA.
I got a strange disease.
Like Stockholm would be a nice place to have Stockholm syndrome, but a tunnel in Hamas would not be a good place to have Stockholm syndrome.
I don't know where I guess we're going to hear about where they held the hostages. I don't know if it would be the tunnel the whole time. Maybe they went to some secondary location. It's not clear yet, but there's going to be some stories that come out, and I don't know if Stockholm syndrome's part of it.
I don't think anyone's staying behind.
No.
Is that where that term came from?
There's something happened. I remember reading that it was something happened where everybody started to sympathize with their captors. There's a famous case of a woman, Patty Hearst, who did a bank robbery with her kidnappers because she slowly understood why they were doing what they're doing. Yeah, people fall into that.
Yeah, I would do that if I was kidnapped as a young person from my house. I'd probably fall in.
Well, I mean,
it'd be a better life.
It's absolutely possible.
Duke Gallagher, you got to talk to the leader of Hamas now, not my mom.
Your hair's all one color. I'm going.
So, Joe, sorry. Somebody tweeted me that yesterday, and I retweeted it. So it's the only stand-up that's out there. So
I know.
I
saw you when you retweeted it. It's no longer there, so I don't know if they took the tweet down. But I'm looking for it because I did see it. And
how does that work? I never know how
if they deleted it, then you no longer retweeted it.
Oh, the other thing that was weird is crazy race hustler lady on CNN couldn't find it anywhere. Wasn't on CNN.
Scrubbing it from the internet.
Did they scrub it? Did she have it scrubbed? Did they tell her to scrub it? Like I just said, it was on CNN this morning. Just go look on CNN this morning. Nothing. No trace anywhere. They found it on Fox because Fox records CNN for these nut job bitches so they can make fun. That's all. I fully believe 80% of the View watchers are just Sean Hannity, and the rest of Fox guys just watching it, going, "Oh my God, can you believe how fucking dumb that's?" All right, play it.
Yeah, save that.
Yeah, I think I now think it's people just watching it to make fun of them at this point.
Trying to catch it.
Hi, Reddit.
Is there somebody watching The View like earnestly? Like, wow, Whoopi makes a really valid point. Like, is there anyone really earnestly watching that?
I love Whoopi personally.
All right.
Hey, we got one last story. Let's go.
Wait, hold on. We got Brad Meltzer's the celebrated authors now waiting in the wings. The fire video we'll find for tomorrow, maybe, but circle it, Joe, or maybe we'll find it at some point. I want to give Justin a plug. The TED Talk's out. We have that. Also, there's some live dates coming up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got theaters all over the place. Where do we go to find out all your live dates?
JustinMcKinney.com, but it's Justin with an O. It's JUSTON, McKinney.com.
That's right.
I do own Justin McKinney, too, if you go there.
If you need it.
I was going to ask.
I bought both.
Don't miss the 2024 ACE Awards this December. Now back to the Adam Carolla Show.
Dana Gould in studio. Yeah, we were just ruminating off the air about the confusion of the parents. You know what I mean? But listen, I feel that way about parents who molest their kids. It's like it doesn't compute.
No, that's
like,
what I mean.
I'm like, I don't get why you would do any of this stuff.
I don't know if it could be a class thing. Like, we were lower working class, and that the parents were just bitter and angry because they were bitter and angry. I can't see how, like, a generation evolved to, like, the next generation will love their kids. Like, isn't that a biological imperative?
But you can find
Giraffes
a picture.
love their kids.
You can find a picture, Joe, famously of my family in my grandparents' backyard sitting around a picnic table with my grandfather. Grandfather was sort of normal, would barbecue some chicken drumsticks every once in a while. Never steak or any red meat, but it was too expensive. But you can see my family. You can see what's on their faces, downtrodden, depressed, angry.
No, I don't have a photo of my dad. I have photos of my dad all over my phone, and there's no smile.
It's an interesting concept because the photo sort of captures everyone. You'll see me painting on a smile, sort of attempting to be the clown and try to make everyone happy. My mom hated her mom who was taking the picture. So my mom looked the other way right before, because she went 1, 2, 3, back when you had to count down a picture.
Yeah, sure.
And my mom just looked the other direction the second it was time. She wasn't going to give her the satisfaction of taking a picture. My dad had a kind of like,
look at your mother looking the other way.
5,000-yard stare, like a Vietnam vet had seen way too much. Now, understand, my grandmother stood up and got a Nikon camera out and said, "We are going to take a photograph." Now, it is clear that we're taking a photograph because my sister has her head craned around, but she's so broken at this point she can't paint on a smile either.
Yeah.
My grandfather, old school Hungarian Jew, is craning his head around because she's announced, "I'm taking a picture." I am trying to find the lens and putting on a smile, which is what I would try to do.
You've honed in on your key light.
And my dad is just went, "I'm dead inside. I can't believe I'm married to the shrew. What am I doing here?" And my mom literally turned her head the opposite direction, away from the camera, even though my mother was oriented toward the camera. So my grandmother, her mom, who she always called Helen and never Mom, picked a position that was 12 o'clock and straight ahead with my mom so she wouldn't have to turn her head around, right?
If you just cropped out your sister and re-cropped that photo of just your mom and dad and called it Marriage by Diane Arbus,
Tell the story.
I believe Diane Arbus took that photograph.
Yes. My mother,
It's all there, and it's not much.
and she put her hand on her chin and looked the other direction.
She's scowling.
Yes, she is a conscientious objector
To the
this
photo.
to this photo. And my dad
Looking for a photo of mine.
Just looks numb.
recognized the photo. The photo's being taken, but could not even fake a smile at this stage of the game with the two kids.
Yeah, that's my dad. I will find a photo of my dad, and whatever photo comes up, he ain't smiling.
Now, my grandfather's trying, I'm trying, and my sister's semi-trying.
But there's my mom. She's making food. She's happy.
Oh, she's an attractive woman,
She was
by
a
the way.
beautiful woman. She was a beautiful woman. But my dad, not smiling.
All right, sorry. We'll find it. We'll get the news.
There he is. There he is. That's the grin you're gonna get.
Shirt off.
Oh yeah, he would rather put a gun in his mouth than put on a shirt. I'm not lying.
Well, in the news today, we have a San Francisco Health Department hires a fat positivity expert to consult on weight stigma and neutrality.
Yeah, I saw this somewhere online.
Yeah. Virgie Tofar, the author of You Have the Right to Remain Fat and other published works on fat positivity and body acceptance.
Is that a gal who's fat or a fella who's now a gal? I'm very confused these days.
That looks
She's
like
a plus-size Latina author, lecturer, and leading expert on weight-based discrimination and body positivity.
Who started as a woman, but okay.
also looks like Mo Howard if Mo Howard played his own wife in one of the shorts.
That's right. Now, I know you have to be black if you're going to head up the, studies, whatever, the black studies at the college or whatever. That's a given. But do you have to be fat to head up the fat council?
We're of a certain age, and you're in pretty good shape. You're healthy. You go, I'm assuming you do your annual physical.
Sure.
And the doctor goes, oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Why bother?
Yeah.
What do you have in the morning? All I have for breakfast is coffee. What, you put milk in it? Yeah, I put a little bit, 2%. Forget it.
Yeah.
Just eat a cake.
Yeah.
Just eat a whole cake.
Yeah.
But I was reading this book on longevity. Mm-hmm. And not that I want to live longer, but you want to be healthy and also, as my doctor says, medicine, the way medicine is now, imagine the Titanic heading towards the iceberg.
Right.
We've got all the plans on what to do once you hit the iceberg.
Right.
But we don't put any effort into avoiding the iceberg.
Right.
Let's avoid the iceberg.
Right.
In the 70s, the average weight of the American man, 173 pounds. Mm-hmm. Now it's 200 pounds.
Yeah. The simplest equation I've ever heard was Vinnie Tortorich, a nutritionist, and a friend came in here and he said, look at pictures of Woodstock.
Yeah, everybody's skinny.
That's what people look like.
Yeah.
Those weren't fitness models. They were just fucking people wanting to go see the Grateful Dead.
And a lot of it is...
They're all skinny.
And, and a lot of it is the way, our lifestyle and the way food is made now.
Yeah.
And the way it's served.
Yeah.
Is working against, we're not evolving as species at a rate to adjust to all this crazy fructose.
Yeah, but I look, you should.
So although if you're fat and you don't want to be made fun of, that's great.
Well,
but you're not at your healthiest.
No, in San Francisco, they're taking it all the way the other
we
direction.
Just want everybody to be healthy, and it's expensive to eat well, and that's not great.
This lady's argument is that that's not what anyone's getting at. What they're doing is pressuring people to be anorexic. They have a whole plan to talk less, not about how you or others eat at work. She does talk less. The rules are talk less or not at all about others' bodies at work. Talk less or not at all about exercise at work. She basically...
But she's employed by the city of San Francisco?
Yeah, I believe it's sort of... kind of DEI
famously conservative San Francisco.
Yeah, it just doesn't sound like the San Francisco I know.
The health
George S.
department.
Patton.
That's right.
The health department expert.
All right, we don't listen.
It's all about, are you healthy?
It's are you healthy, and you're not healthy when you're fat, and so let's just focus on it from that standpoint.
They have this is the last thing I'll say about this, because I'm starting to sound like RFK. There's a thing. Mm-hmm. They, for billing codes, billing codes on your health insurance, they have a billing code for your doctor prescribing insulin. Mm-hmm. They don't have a billing code for your doctor telling you what to eat to not become diabetic.
Right.
There's a focus. There's not a focus on prevention.
For me, it is, let's just say, more global in our approach, which is we are shaming these kids by giving them failing grades in their math tests, so we need to lower the bar for and it's like, okay, we can reverse engineer everything.
Right.
We can invent a scale that says you weigh 161 when you weigh 261, and we can take somebody who says 2 and 2 is 5 and give them a passing grade. We can do any of that. I mean, if you really want to break it down, it's like, well, it took you so long to get from L.A. to New York. Well, no, it didn't. Give me your watch. I'll just change it back 4 hours. Okay. That is no approach to anything any of the time, and it's a little bit of the new world order. Like, just tell the fat kid they're thin or you're proud of them. Tell the failing student they don't have to get the good grades. Lower this, adjust that. I mean, it's kind of it's where you go when you go, look, we want more female firefighters. And then you go, we don't have, what do we got now? We're like 3%. Well, what's the problem? Well, the hose pack weighs 70 pounds and they got to make it over that 8-foot fence with the hose pack on, and women can't do that. Okay, we're going to have to figure out a way to invent a lighter hose or to coach the women. But the rule isn't lower the wall and make the hose pack 30 pounds, which will get more women into the fire department, but they're not really going to be the women you want in the fire department. So we've been doing this for a long time. Like, we're literally adjusting things so that we can get the kind of numbers you want. Schools are doing it now, where it's like, we don't have enough graduating people reading at grade level, then lower the threshold for grade.
I think that,
so stop, reverse. You can't go that direction. Figure out a way to get people to read better, do better math, clear the bar.
And all it is there a way to tell people something they don't want to hear without shaming them? Because that's all. It's just like avoiding feeling bad. And I get that. We have kids. We don't want to, we wouldn't shame our kids if they would, but like, can you challenge people to do better without, I'm not saying you're an idiot if I fail you.
Right.
I'm saying that you need to work harder to do better.
I would also reckon or posit that I was a shit student. And I was a shit student, and I knew why I was a shit student. I did not do homework. I didn't work over the weekends. I didn't study. I didn't do any of the things that would have made me a good student. I knew it. I mean, you couldn't shame me because I knew why I was getting shit grades. It's because I wasn't working hard and I wasn't applying myself. And I would see all the other guys bring home the notebooks and the books. And I'd say, you want to go out Friday night? I got homework. I got a book report. And I go, not me. Except for I did. I just didn't do it. And everybody knows the difference between a donut and an apple and a piece of cake and a hard-boiled egg. They know it. Yeah. They just don't want to do it. I get it. I want the donuts and no homework. I like that life. I don't think you're really shaming them. I think you're telling them something they already know.
No, but yes, I agree with you. But I think a lot of that comes from, we don't want anyone to feel bad.
Yes.
Well, they're not feeling, teaching somebody something they don't feel bad if they don't know something.
I completely agree. Yeah. And some of the better, more, moments in my life were somebody telling me, hey, what are you doing? You're better than this. You're failing. Yes. I don't know why you're wasting your time doing this. I'd have people tell me that.
Yeah. I remember the great Kevin Rooney, the late great Kevin Rooney. I middled for him at the Improv in Dallas. And, I was an angry young man, and
Given your background?
Yeah, I know, it's weird. Yeah. And I walked off stage, and it was the first time I'd never worked with him. I was kind of nervous. And he said, the audience wants to like you, but they're waiting to see if you like them. And I was by order of magnitude, a better comedian the next show because I smiled even though I didn't feel it. And he gave me gave me great advice my whole career.
I talked to a friend of mine from high school. I hadn't spoken to in a while. I got some land up in Oregon, and it's next to his land.
That's where your cult is based.
Selling it. Yeah, that's from them putting down stakes.
The Carollis?
Yeah. We're doing high C, but that's fine. But
they all got the sneakers.
Yes. Sneakers. I'm going to skim the cream off of every good cult thing and make a super cult.
Carolla Town?
Yeah. So I was talking to my friend Carl on the way in, and I was talking about he's got a little land. He's a school teacher now, lives up there, and got some land next to him and selling it off and whatever. But I remember being in Alex Arado's kitchen with him and Alex when I was like 19, ganging up on me, going, they're both off to college.
Right.
And I was hanging around trying to get my job back at the Flask Liquor and sleeping in my parents' garage and taking a unit at Valley College,
Right.
you know, and they both just like
gosh.
confronted me in the kitchen. They were like, what's wrong with you? And I go, I don't know, I'm just kind of trying to find my way, you know, and they're like, you're a loser. Like, what are you doing with your life? One friend's off at Berkeley, the other one's off at Santa Barbara. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't. And they're like, well, you're smart and you're funny, but you're a loser. What are you doing? You're wasting your life, man. And I was like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do, you know.
Yeah.
And they dug into me hard. And I remember like going, God damn it, they're right. Like, I'm a loser. And 12 years later, I met Jimmy Kimmel. And it all turned around. But I was like, wow, this is really painful because it's true. Everything they're saying is true.
Right.
And they were going at it pretty hard. But I was like, they're definitely making a point. And I should definitely try to get my shit together.
Right.
And I don't even know what that means, but this hurts, and I'm disappointing these guys, and I should get my shit together.
Yeah.
And it came from a place of love, kind of like they're your bros.
Yeah, I mean, they wanted to know why their friend, who they thought was kind of a smart, interesting guy, was just sort of living in a garage and working odd jobs like around, you know,
Yeah.
and they were digging in too. Like, I mean, they were, you know, jabbing a lot. You know, there wasn't all altruistic. You know, they were fucking having their fun with me. I couldn't deny it. You know, it wasn't all from the heart.
Yeah,
you know, it was partly, but the message was heard loud and clear. Yes, you're a loser. You're not doing anything with your life. You should figure something out.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. All right, sorry.
Hey, no, got some celebrity news. Jim Carrey took a break from Hollywood to get out of people's faces. Yeah, he says, he took a break there for a while, but we're talking about it off the air. The big quote from this for me was, I came back to this universe, talking about Sonic the Hedgehog 3, because first of all, I get to play a genius, which is a bit of a stretch. I bought a lot of stuff, and I need the money, frankly.
Yeah, it's a money grab, right?
I can't imagine how he needs money.
Yeah. You think about that, you know,
He's
because
not
they
married
play
to
the
my wife.
Grinch. Yeah, they play the Grinch every year, you know, and so I'm sure he gets residuals from that.
He was making $20 million a movie.
But maybe he's stretched out far. I don't know. You buy a lot of stuff when you have
I know.
a lot
Yeah.
of money.
Like, didn't Nicolas Cage have like 7 castles?
Yeah, Nick Cage got into like some IRS trouble, had some castle issues. I don't know. He would buy, wasn't, you know, the bones of the Elephant Man, but he liked T-Rex heads and stuff
Yeah.
like that. You know, he liked that kind of stuff. And so he may have overextended himself a little bit. It's always funny. You were saying something funny about Jim Carrey off the air, about you know, taking the break and then coming back with Hedgehog kind of thing. And I felt that way when Jane Fonda took like 30 years off of acting, and it was always like, you know, I just haven't found a role that's worth my time anymore, the material that spoke to me. After 30 years, comes back with Monster-in-Law. With
Yeah.
J-Lo.
Right.
Like the most formulaic, bad early 2000s rom-com ever created. And that's what drew you back into this craft of acting. Yes.
Moving on, liberal Supreme Court justice makes a cringe cameo performance on Broadway. I think you guys should just pretty much bring this up. It speaks for itself. The written by contemporary playwright.
Ketanji Brown on a Broadway and a sort of, I don't know what we call it, trans or bi or whatever
it's
play.
It's a non-binary play called Anne Juliet. Reimagines Juliet if she did not commit suicide and go on to be like an independent young woman.
All right, we'll watch it, and then I'll hit Dana with a quiz question.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I think we got it somewhere.
Give us a second.
Oh, okay.
You know how crazy I am about Broadway musicals.
Yeah. I love Broadway musicals.
You're on Instagram.
Yeah.
Do you see Broadway Barbara?
No.
Oh, I'll show it to you. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
I like Miss Saigon and Wicked and all that. I'll watch all that stuff. I love all that stuff. The thing
who's crazy about Broadway musicals? Crazy about Broadway musicals? Goldthwait.
Bobcat.
Bobcat is like the cabaret poster in his house.
Really?
Yeah.
I will say,
straight as an arrow. Oh man!
I wouldn't guess that. Yeah, that's interesting.
No, it's crazy.
I will say, one of the things I like about Broadway. Well, we'll play the clip.
I'm just looking at this clip. This is bad.
Yes.
Female empowerment. Sick. I like it too. I think what I like about it is that I am having a very strongly negative reaction to it. Like I hate it. Which makes me think it must be brilliant.
What is happening?
And it got super woke. But okay. I'm going to give you this quiz question. I watched this clip earlier this morning when I was a guest on Megyn Kelly's show. Do you think...
Was that a part of the segment Megan Spank Bank?
Yeah, they're all Megan Spank Bank. Do you think she applauded this? Now, hear me out. Or took umbrage with it, the great Megyn Kelly?
No, I don't know if there's anything to take umbrage to, but it's...
Well, you don't know Megyn Kelly.
No, I don't, but it's an eye... We probably voted for different people.
Yes.
But it's an eye roller. Like, I'm pretty in the middle of stuff.
I listen, I don't want to sound old-fashioned, but I do like the Broadway of yore,
Sure.
a sort of traditional Broadway. You can have newer themes and twists and things like that. But once you just go full woke, if you go woke and sort of trans and gay and whatever for the sake of that, then I don't want to do it. If it's part of your story, then that's fine. But I like Broadway because I think it's sort of humans at their best. And I'm not talking about woke shit. I'm just talking about a traditional Broadway play. You have all these different people in an orchestra. I mean, if you really take it and you just go, why is this country great? And also, I don't think there's any equivalent of this in the Middle East, and I think they suffer for it. What I'm saying is first somebody builds the theater,
right?
Like physically builds a beautiful palace for this. Then somebody writes it and writes the music, and there's the promoters, and there's everything. Then there's all the actors who study. Then there's the orchestra. People have been playing the oboe since they were 6 years old. All different ages, all different backgrounds, all different genders, all different races, and they all come together and they create this beautiful machinery, this Swiss timepiece of timing and music and laughter and pathos. And I go, this is human. Like if I'm talking to an alien race and they go, I want to see us at our worst. I'll go, all right, let me take you down and I'll take you to a Walmart. I'll take you to a tunnel in Hamas.
Right.
You can see this is us. This is what we're capable of. And that 4-year-old was abducted. You know what I mean? That's it. You want to see us at our best? Here we go.
Right. I remember seeing the Book of Mormon.
Right.
And that first giant number where they're all stepping up and stepping down and it's all integrated. And I was like, not only can I not do that, I can't imagine how someone can do that.
Right.
Like if you ever see like Cirque du Soleil, like one of those huge, crazy, those crazy Cirque du Soleil shows. Like I am at a loss.
Right.
But yeah, I don't. Here's an example, and I said this to somebody like I don't watch Megyn Kelly. But there was an article in the paper about an actress from Oppenheimer. And her name is like Eve Bennett or something, but she, in her private life, wants to be known as Noah, and she identifies as transmasculine, non-binary. Mm-hmm. And my whole reaction is, so?
Yeah.
Why do I have to know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree.
I like corn chips.
Right.
That's me.
That's me.
Does that have to be in the paper?
No, it's not on my license plate frame. That's nothing. Yes, there's I feel that way about most of life, which is why do I need to know?
So great, good for her. Him, great.
Right.
I don't care, and I say, and by the way, I think most people think this way. Is like I don't say I don't care, like F you.
Yeah.
I mean, like literally. I don't care.
Well, I don't care about your sexuality regardless of what it is. If you're hetero
I don't
or whatever
care.
you are, that's sort of none of my business, and I'm not that interested.
And isn't that what you want?
Yes.
Don't you want to just be a person?
But I also think they want to project it and be able to be in that space, like kind of step into your mind and make you change your mind.
Recognize my specialness. And I can see that if you are somebody that is, that society victimizes, that's a whole different.
No, I think that's the whole premise. I think that's the whole premise. But is that they feel non-binary, so they have to announce it.
But people don't. By and large, human beings do not like radical change. And it always has to be done in a way that you don't see it.
Yes.
Feel it. Otherwise, there's a knee-jerk reaction to oppose change.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. Grant
Now we will
Cardone
fight in the street.
is going to come on. He's an entrepreneur. He's an author. He's a very interesting guy. We'll talk about financial literacy. Dana, now I got the podcast, the Dana Gould Hour, and we got the live dates here, but this is Dr. Z Presents Christmas with a Z. That I'm such a fan of Bill Hader, by the way.
So funny.
So
funny.
Quietly funny, and I'm going to say
a lot of characters.
We had a Barry, and then we had a Barry reunion because Stephen Root was in the audience, and he came up and joined us for a while.
Oh, he's great, too.
He's a crazy genius.
Yes.
Him and Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So live dates and tickets, and we can stream it. How do we do that?
Go to Dana Gould on Instagram or anywhere, and you'll see the link in the bio. That's probably the easiest way to get it.
Ace man, the problem with the world today, too many dudes sitting down to pee. Get it on.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
Oh, there's also something. Speaking of nothing, Kylie Kelsey, who's got a podcast out. Who's Brad? What's the Kelsey brother?
Jason.
Just Jason. Hate that name. Jason's wife. Has a podcast. And here's the description of it. It's called Not Gonna Lie with Kylie Kelsey. Despite her best efforts to remain on the sidelines, being part of football's favorite family means the world has found out about Kylie Kelsey, now armed with the microphone. It's always funny to me when people go, I don't want to get involved with this, but I'm involved with this. It's like, there's a way to do that. It always cracked me up, like when, speaking of football, Walter Payton had a prized turbo Porsche, like maybe 1987. His son put it up for sale, and his son was selling it like, this is my dad's pride and joy, and he wanted me to have it. And now it's for sale. It's like, what? Yeah. But, you don't have to sell it. I know it's your dad. It's your dad's most prized possession. Yeah. And he gave it to his son. Yeah. And now I'm selling it. Like, you don't have to sell your dad's you don't have to do this. Do you?
Do you want me to take that Tony Bennett CD off eBay?
Yeah. I'm just saying, sell the Porsche, spare me the speech where it's your dad's is pride and joy that you're selling, that he died and left you so that you could have it, not sell it. But, so I'm sorry. Kelsey, sorry. She couldn't remain on the sidelines anymore. She had to pick up a microphone. And you can join her because she's ready to open up on her own terms. Join Kylie each week on Not Gonna Lie as she shares her personal story beyond being just a football wife, setting the record straight on gossip and speaking her truths on topics like modern parenting, social media trends, women in sports, and more. Plus, each episode features Kylie sitting down for revealing conversations with special guests across the pop culture, sports, entertainment. New episodes every other Thursday, blah, 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 social media, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, she's going to speak her truth, and she's not going to be stifled.
When are you going on?
This Wednesday.
All right.
Okay. All right, let's do some news.
All right, great. Skip Bayless is accused of offering $1.5 million for sex in a workplace misconduct lawsuit filed by former Fox Sports hairstylist.
Oh, you know, the hairstyle. Hairstylist.
Yeah. She's a pretty lady.
They're the nuttiest of all.
They are.
Every group, like they would be, there's like breeds. They'd be the Dalmatians of jobs. The Dalmatians are crazy dogs.
Yeah.
Hairstylists are all crazy.
Yeah.
You want to know my theory?
Why? What?
Well, they didn't start off smart.
Mercury poisoning?
It's a little of that.
All right.
Okay. They didn't start smart, or they'd be working for SpaceX if they started smart. They started middle, dumb, right? Then they spent their whole life spraying Aquanet and with a hairdryer, heating it up, weaponizing it. It's just a cloud of breathing in those propellants and Aquanet heated up and it fucking ate their brain.
Like Mexican cleaning ladies.
Yeah.
Sniff bleach all day.
They're all nuts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she claims in the suit that, it started off kind of harmless, where Bayless talked.
Oh, she fucked up Bayless's hair too.
Yeah.
I could see once when he was doing it where they'd spray the dark on the side.
Yeah.
He had like like a racing stripe on his side.
He did.
He should be suing her for fucking his hair up.
She claims that eventually it got up to, he was calling her voluptuous and saying, "I will pay you $1.5 million to sleep with me," which sounds oddly specific. How high are you going, Carolla, on this haircut lady?
So he didn't offer her money to keep quiet. He offered her money for sex.
Yeah, and apparently, I guess she turned it down, and then later filed a lawsuit.
Let's try to unpack this.
Yeah.
If you said, all right, sex is personal, but there is something called prostitution and porn,
Yeah.
I was thinking, remember that job, fluffer for porn?
Yeah,
the fluffer. Yeah. You sort of think of that as like the lowest on the totem pole.
Important job, though.
Important, but you're the fluffer. Well, let me ask you guys a hypothetical. I haven't asked this one in a while. You know, at the strip club, after like 5 dances, the sort of chick with the fat ass comes out with the Windex and like wipes down the pole and the mirror and shit in the back because the chicks had their tits against it and were breathing on it and they got paw prints on it and all this kissing potion on the. Would you rather your daughter work as a stripper or the strip club, or basically drive the Zamboni after they fucked up the stage? Like, it's kind of a loser job. Like, means your daughter's got a fat ass and she's up there just mopping up after this, wiping the glass down, wiping the pole down,
Maybe she can work her way up to stripper.
I could make an argument for I'd rather my daughter be a stripper at that club than be the one who's mopping up after the strippers.
Yeah, the thankless job.
Thankless. And also means you're not hot enough. You're not going to get tips. Okay, so, she he's offered her money to have sex.
Yes.
She said no.
Yes. And apparently there's a culture of that over there. There's another Charlie Dixon.
It's 1.5.
Allegedly.
It's 1.5 for one time.
Yeah, it wasn't clear, but yeah, I think so.
I don't know. See, for me as a dude, my whole life has just been people pay me to do shit I don't want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like they go, you want to go to Manson? You want to go to, let's see, where'd I go? Mansfield, Pennsylvania. It's oil drilling country. There's a college over there. You want to do a set in the snow? And then I'll go, no. And then they'll go, how about they give you $10,000? And I'll go, when is it? And then my early life was like, hey, here's a shovel. Dig footings in front of Dr. Fagenbaum's house.
Yeah, speaking of, I'll be in Jacksonville this weekend for a mixed martial arts seminar.
Yeah, I'll be in Vegas doing 2 shows at Kimmel's. Right, but not for free.
Yeah.
My whole life has just been, here's a big pile of roofing shit. Go put it up on the roof.
Yeah.
Here's a bunch of plywood. Go put it up on the roof. And I'd go, well, I don't want to do that. And then they go, we'll give you $12 an hour. And I'd go, okay. I would just go do it. That's my entire adult life. That's all I've done. It's just I get paid to do shit I don't want to do. Now, it's better because now I'd much rather be on stage in air conditioning holding a beer than climbing up on the roof doing earthquake rehab. But for me, because I'm a dude and sex doesn't really factor in, I would just look at his $1.5 million to do something I didn't want to do and fucking hammer that check. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Although you got to get that money up front.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Because when a dude comes, his fucking, all of a sudden he can't find his checkbook, right? Like, oh, baby, yeah, 1 point, oh. I think I left my checkbook. It's probably out in the glove box. You have a scene from the Blues Brothers. It's out in the glove box. We're just going to go out to the Bluesmobile and write you, the Bayless-mobile, and go ahead and write you that check. I'm just going to go ahead. I used the glove box is sort of a little desk to make it out. So I got to go out, and then you just hear the thing fire up. I got to peel out. Yes, Joe.
Also, now she's going to get $4 million or whatever for saying no just by telling a lawyer about it.
I know.
So it's a win-win for her. She could have taken the 1.5 or not do it and get more.
I know. God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little cute Faraji. Mm-hmm. Now she's rich.
So he just offered her money for sex. I don't know. And then and then you have to think about, like, does that mean it's a hostile work environment?
Yeah, that's what she's alleging. That's why she's getting the money, is because the whole entire staff, everybody was grabbing her butt and kind of demeaning her. I don't like that, but I get it, sort of. You know, 1.5 million, I don't get.
I would like it if a coworker offered me some cash to blow me or something. I would like that. Even if I didn't accept, I'd like to know it was out there, like a rainy day fund. You know,
Flattering.
Also, she could, because I'd say, Skip, I'll just put that in my hip pocket and think about it for a minute. And it's like you come home and the transmission blows up in your car or something, and you go, the bill's $11,000, and you just come back. You're like, hey, Skip, remember we were talking about fucking? I think I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? Or just, rainy day fun. Okay. So she's pissed.
Yeah, she's pissed. And
she's a hairstylist.
Getting some money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Next up, your favorite Justin Trudeau says he will resign as Prime Minister of Canada. Yeah, it's coming down.
My thing with the experiment, whether it's the DA, we elect the DA, and then the DA's soft on crime, and then everyone gets pissed off because there's more crime, and there's smash and grabs and street takeovers, and then at some point we go, we don't want this anymore. People don't want this. Like what I'm saying about Trudeau, or what I'm saying about Biden, or what I'm saying about Gavin Newsom, forget about politics. It's just let's remove Democrat, Republican, just remove it all.
Policy.
Whatever this is, people don't really want it. They like the thought of it, but they don't really want
what do you mean?
they're selling. What I mean is, like, I like the notion of a sanctuary city. Like I go, oh, that's good. Yeah, they're kind, they're warm-hearted, they welcome in, they don't judge. You've seen the sign at the omelet place in Malibu. That's who I want to be. It's like, all right. Then a bunch of homeless migrant guys start showing up and flopping out on your sidewalk, and then we go, I don't want this. I don't want this because my daughter has to walk to school and she stepped over a guy and he's fucking high on fentanyl, and I don't want it. And eventually it gets to or we go, I don't want the police coming in the community. I want community policing. I want the people of the community. And the next thing you know, shit turns into a shit show. And then they go, oh yeah, we want the police back. I'm just saying, whatever Trudeau is pitching, which is sort of further left than what Newsom is pitching or what Biden is pitching, we don't want it. The people Canada don't want it. The people of the United States don't want it. We just don't want it because it doesn't work. So let's just move on and do some shit that works. But here he goes.
Over the holidays, I've also had a chance to reflect and have had long talks with my family about our future. Throughout the course of my career, any success I have personally achieved has been because of their support and with their encouragement.
Hey, you dropped your bracelet, homo.
So last night over dinner,
I had to talk.
I told my kids.
Remember when I told you RFK Jr. is a hero to me yesterday when I said, because when his wife said, what's up with the thing? He was like, yeah, she's wrong. I'm like, because all the pussies have to do this. I talk to my wife. I don't do anything without my wife. You know, Gavin Newsom's wife isn't the first lady. She's the first partner. Yeah. We don't want it. All right, but anyway, yes, you talk to your fucking 9-year-old. Did you talk to your 9-year-old about quarantining everyone for 2 fucking weeks, even if they were vaxxed and had COVID? Did you talk to them about that, puss? Or when you fucking shut down the checking accounts of the truckers who were striking, did you talk to your 9-year-old about that? Or daddy just go do that on his own? All right, here we go. Well, I would go back 10 seconds. He had to talk to his family. My daughter just got done
because of their
knitting me a
support
bracelet. Here we go. Sorry.
Has been because of their support and with their encouragement. So last night over dinner, I told my kids about the decision that I'm sharing with you today. I intend to resign.
All right.
As party.
First off, just resign, bitch. Don't need the part where you fucking sat down with your kids and your wife and over dinner. Just be a fucking man. Just fucking resign. Nobody wants what you're fucking selling. Now resign and get the fuck out. All right, sorry.
That I'm sharing with you today. I intend to resign as party leader, as prime minister, after the party selects its next leader through a robust, nationwide, competitive process.
Robust!
Yeah, but what if there's another COVID situation? Who's going to lock everyone in their fucking house? Who's going to strip everyone's civil liberties away? If you're gone, Trudeau, get the fuck out of here. Ugh. The fact that we even have to experiment with these assholes is the sad part. All right, good. Trudeau's gone. Here we go. And it's going to go, by the way, it's going that way worldwide. It's going to go that way in Europe. It's going that way in Germany. It's going that way in England. It's going to go that way. It already went that way in Italy. It's just going to go that way, which is it's not a sustainable way of governing.
I don't even understand why he's so unpopular. To be honest,
he's super left and super woke, and that fucks up every city, state, country.
We're in the backlash stage.
Yes, we're in the. We let you drive. You drove off a cliff, and now we're going to do the driving stage.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Now, I don't know why we need to experiment in the first place, but evidently we have to experiment. We have to try it.
All right, well, here's some more political stuff for you. A good friend of the show, Rob Schneider, pitched a LA Times billionaire owner to fund conservative version of The View.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing. Yeah, the SNL alum has been outspoken supporter of Donald Trump and wants a billionaire owner of Los Angeles Times to fund a talk show to rival The View that would appeal to conservatives, according to a report.
It's kind of interesting. I mean, The View has completely... there's a tweet. I think I liked it. I didn't tell you about it, Joe, but Sunny Hostin, she just went... They just go nuts about. They're now completely batshit crazy.
Who?
The View.
Oh yeah.
They're now they've crossed over into some realm where I think they only exist so that conservative outlets can make fun of them.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they're talking about anymore.
Engagement baiting.
She's talking about January 6th, which is I love the Jan 6th. I love that we're still talking about this shit. I love what they do. They go, they showed up for the insurrection in body armor with zip ties. It's like, zip ties? That's how you show up for an insurrection? An arm? Okay. You show up for an armed insurrection with zip ties?
Yeah.
Historically, you got to show up with weapons.
Yeah, machine guns.
No one is armed with zip ties. You're armed with weapons. All right, but anyway, we'll play Sunny. She loves it.
I think we need to find moral clarity, in this country. And I just remember after January 6th, you had someone like Mitch McConnell placing the blame on January 6th where it belonged, squarely on Donald Trump's shoulders. Mm-hmm. And then you started seeing people backtrack that mm-hmm. and losing their moral center. You had Condoleezza Rice, I believe, on this very show saying, we need to move on from January 6th. I say no. You don't move on because January 6th was an atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history.
Right, and nobody died.
And
one person died.
When you think about the worst moments in American history, like World War II, things that happened, like the Holocaust, chattel slavery. We need to never forget because past becomes...
I don't know if the Holocaust is American history, by the way. I think that's more European stuff. But anyway, so she's basically comparing that to the Holocaust, which makes her an idiot. And which should piss off Jewish people, even though they won't say anything. But they should definitely be pissed off. Nobody died, except for one person died, and that person was shot by a Capitol cop. That's all who died. You can say other people committed suicide later on in life.
Had a heart attack the next day.
That is not somebody who died during. Nobody died, and there were no weapons. But other than that, it was a big problem. All right, keep going.
Yeah,
fucking nuts. Good.
Let's lighten it up.
For Rob.
Let's lighten it up with a little Hooters story.
I'm gonna tell Rob.
Yeah. But before, Rob, what do you think about that?
Listen, Gutfeld's number one in late night or late night TV. They got. Yeah. Listen, Gutfeld's got nothing over there. You show up to Gutfeld. I show up a half hour before the show. I'm the first person there.
Yeah.
There's nobody there.
Yeah.
Then these other guys, Tyrus and these people, they start wandering in like 6 minutes before the show starts.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on. Then they all just go down and sit down and start the show. There's no. You go do a late night show. Late night shows are floors and floors of writers and producers and craft service and backstage. And you go in and do the Tonight Show. It took up the whole fucking office building.
Yeah.
I mean, the nut on a show like that, one episode. Gutfeld could do 65 episodes for the price.
Yeah. My buddy Adam does it all the time. He says, he just rolls in there, has the jokes ready, and goes.
Yeah, so that's going to be the wave. So, yes, The View, the average, I don't know what the average salary is on The View, but they're paying each one of those chicks probably $5 million. I mean, averaging out to $5 million a year. I mean, you're looking at $25 million of salary. By the way, 5 fucking dodos getting $25 million. Rob Schneider he'll get female comedians and offer them, $175,000 a year to do this show, and it'll be stripped down. It'll be lean and mean, and then it'll beat the shit out of The View.
Yeah.
I'm going to pitch Rob something.
All right.
Rob did a movie called The Hot Chick.
Yeah.
Where he dressed up as a chick for the whole movie. What if I pitch Rob? Is this going to be an all ladies view thing? He's going to be like, yeah. But but you want it to be funny, right, Rob? You want to bring some heat, right? Yeah. I will resurrect the Flip Wilson Geraldine character. Flip Wilson had a character named Geraldine. He's like, hey, sucker! Woo! Sassy black woman.
Yeah.
I will call myself Geraldine. Just no one will know. No one will get the fucking reference. I will go in as sassy and black. I'll go Tyler Perry on his fucking ass.
If it's CGI, like blackface, is it blackface still? If you actually look like a 3D...
No, I'm going full prosthetics.
Oh, wow.
Full fat suit. Full, think Sherry Shepherd.
Big Mama?
10, 15 years ago. Yeah, sort of Big Mama, Medea, Geraldine. Find me 10 seconds of Geraldine. Go, sucker! And I'll just come in there and I'll sit right in the middle. And I'll be like fanning myself. I'll be getting hot. I'll be yelling shit out the whole time. You know, I'll make sure and say, ask a question. Oh, here's, we got Geraldine.
Admiration of everyone. Yes. Tonight, this is your life. Geraldine Jones.
No, that's not a real lady. That's Flip Wilson.
This is too much.
Yes, well, come on up.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me, sucker.
Don't touch me, Ralph. You don't know me that well. You haven't been in my life but 2 minutes, honey.
I'm Ralph Edwards.
I don't care if you Prince Edwards. Just say, Geraldine, will you join me on the stage where we have your check?
All right, Geraldine, I'll say, will you join me on the stage?
Yes, Ralph, I will.
All right, just go right ahead.
Don't walk behind me, Ralph.
I'm just going to do all this.
I'll go after you, Ralph. We're equal, right?
Very unusual, a man following the... Oh, I want to tell you, we just want to tell everybody about your life. It's all in here. I tell you everything you've done.
Everything?
Everything, sucker!
Woo! Ralph, if you tell him everything tomorrow, this place is going to be a bowling alley.
Woo! All right.
If you do Geraldine, I'll
get Rob on the phone, and I will pitch me as the modern day Geraldine.
Oh my God!
To anchor his new all-female
super edgy,
counterpoint to The View. That would be awesome, right?
Yeah, definitely. Hey, we got some great footage out of hell if I know of a Hooters waitress trying to make out with the cop during a DUI arrest. Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna make out here. Okay. We're gonna make out here.
No, we are not. Here,
turn off the lights.
right there.
Turn off the lights. We're gonna make out.
Wait. Stay right there.
It's my bed. It's my bed.
All right.
I gotta pee, bro.
I know. I have to pee as well.
Bro. I gotta pee.
Okay. Do you want to try this first exercise for me?
I will do anything for you, Daddy. God damn.
All right.
You in that suit? I will do fucking anything for you.
Can you put your feet together?
I'll put my feet together.
And your hands under your side?
Whatever you say, Daddy.
Okay. Now
I'll
before
put
we
my hand on my
start...
hip.
No, I was grabbing my flashlight.
Oh, whatever you want, Daddy.
Okay. Before we start.
Hey, fair shark.
Are you wearing contacts right now?
Are you wearing contacts right now?
No, I'm wearing glasses.
No, I am wearing contacts. Hey,
she's showing her tits.
I am wearing contacts.
Sophia.
Did you see this?
Can you put your shirt on?
I am wearing contacts.
Can you put your shirt on?
I am wearing contacts. I swear to God, I'm wearing contacts.
Hold on, I want you to think for like 2 seconds.
I am wearing contacts.
Sophia.
You might have glasses, but I am wearing contacts.
Hey, Sophia.
I swear to God, I'm wearing contacts.
Like 2 seconds.
Why are you such a nerd, bro?
In all seriousness.
Bro, don't be such a fucking nerd, bro.
What do you think? What do you think is a higher batting average? Would you say hot chick offering up a blowjob to get out of whatever?
Yeah.
Or dude with $2,000 cash?
Hot chick blowjob all day. Because you got to get some pencil pushing cop. You know, you offer him 2 G's, and then he like gets all like nervous and like says, "What if Internal Affairs gets after me about this? What if this is a setup?"
But a blowjob?
Blowjob is like, at that point, you're already in there. I mean, what's really ruining it for all those guys?
What do you think the number, cash-wise, would have to be to have got even with the blowjob?
I would say $8,000 to $10,000, $1.5 million.
1.5?
Yeah.
She's from Florida.
God bless her heart.
Yeah.
I follow her on Instagram.
Yeah, she looks pretty cute.
Yeah. You know, I feel bad for her. You know, it's just like worst day of her life was on body cam. She just slam hammered trying to get out of a DUI. But, you know, damn, it's fun fodder for us.
I kind of feel sorry for her boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that is not the information you'd want out on your girlfriend. That she just basically offered up a blowjob.
Yeah.
But also, there's a thing, it's called dude maintain, where you're drunk and you try to pretend like you're not drunk.
Nah, she was past that point. She was in that very myopic stage where she's just repeating what he said and like going back to like hot chick mode where, I could get anything if I just act cute. And it didn't work out for her. But wait, with no body cam, how does this story go?
Oh, I mean, that's the whole thing. No body cam. She could say he grabbed my titty and I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
The body cam ends up, the body cam stuff that they thought was going to stop police brutality actually ended up stopping more cases of false allegations against cops.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
I think both sides, yeah.
Yeah.
It stopped them from being able to just do whatever they want because they do. But it also stopped guys from lying and saying, you
yeah, worked both ways. But they didn't think the unintended consequences is it ended up fucking up more people who made false claims against the cops, which they never thought it was even there in the first place. We did a man show bit once that I didn't write. That was like, I think it was called Beavers instead of Hooters or something. I don't know. I can't remember that bit, but there was a man show bit that was like a send up of Hooters. And
I remember that. Yeah. It's striking a chord.
Was it called Beavers? I can't even remember if and Hooters. They're not even a Hooters out here anymore.
I don't think so. I think they
got like Buffalo Wild Winged them up.
Exactly. Yeah.
And Tilted Kilt or something.
Tilted Kilt is the comparable version today. Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Like cute chicks and
Yeah. Was it called Beavers? Well, we'll see if there's a man show. If there's a man show bit. Like I said, I didn't write it. I didn't act in it. It was all one of our writers and then went and shot it and whatever. Maybe I punched up the script a little bit, but I don't really know. All right, Diane Farr's waiting out there, or she's going to come in and she's going to zoom in.
All right, well, the last
she's
crazy
zooming
story,
in, right?
Yeah, she's zooming in.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the last crazy story is a tech entrepreneur.
Oh, wait, Beavers? Is this called Beavers?
Oh, wait, here it is. Oh, wow, you found
this. In the mood for something different?
And how?
Then come into Beavers, America's favorite new theme restaurant. Beavers. Good times, great drinks, and mouth-watering food that'll leave you saying, "We love Beavers."
I want the clam strips.
And I'll have the big beaver.
the Big Beaver. Done any way you like it. So how do you like your Big Beaver?
I like my Big Beaver hot and juicy with lots of cheese.
I like my Big Beaver pink in the middle.
We come here all the time.
For a nice picnic, try our box lunches.
Beavers, there's one opening up near you.
I must have done a man show outdoors show. We would do the man show of women's. We did the women's show. I guess we'd do an outdoor show.
Yeah.
That must have been like, oh, we went fishing with the fridge.
Yeah, I remember this episode.
I was just telling somebody the fridge. He gave me very sagely advice. I caught a fish when we were fishing with the fridge, and he looked at me and he went, I go, fridge, I caught a fish. And he looked at me and he goes, you done worked your way up to a 0, son. And I always thought about that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, felt good. Getting insulted by the fridge. All I remember is the fridge, 2 things. Huge bear-like paws.
Mitts.
With not a Super Bowl ring, but a big-ass ring on it. And we're just drinking beer on the boat, and you just hand him your beer bottle, and he just go plop. Just take his big bear paw on it, hook it on his ring, and just pop. It was like you just hand it to him, and he's like pop, pop, pop. Another cold one, fridge, like pop. And he was going to put a pig in the ground at home. He was pumped up because he was going to put a pig in the ground. Hi, I must have been the outdoor show.
Hey, Adam. This is Paul from Idaho. Just wondering, when are you going on Gavin Newsom's new podcast? All right, get it on.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
I have not gotten the invite yet, and I don't suspect I will, but who knows?
I think you will.
All right. Well, we shall see.
Crossed.
All right. News.
Mayor Bass, her election opponent, says recall effort against her is not a good idea. The Los Angeles businessman who ran against Karen Bass in the 2022 election announced his opposition Tuesday to the recall effort to unseat her as the city's mayor.
Well, that's Rick Caruso.
Real estate magnate, former mayoral candidate Rick Caruso released a statement about the recall effort, calling it a costly political distraction in the aftermath of January's deadly wildfires.
It's always funny what we have to do in LA is we're so blue that Rick Caruso has to run as a Democrat. But then people like my mom is like, he's not a real Democrat, like because he's smart and wants to do shit and is efficient. We need someone. He's pretending to be dumb, but he's not really dumb. Like he's not really feckless and dumb like Karen Bass. He's a smart guy pretending to be dumb. So I'll vote for him. Well, it's not going to work.
He's using the retarded filter.
Yeah, he's using the retarded filter. So we went. I know we only vote for Democrats, but that guy, he builds stuff and makes payrolls and is smart and effective. Don't give me that Democrat bullshit. I know a Democrat when I see one, and that's her. Where's our plane ticket to Ghana, by the way? We got to celebrate. Like he would never go to Ghana and put on ceremonial garb during a windstorm. That's us, baby. So don't let it fool you. He's not real.
How cool and smooth is it of him to like say, no, let's rebuild LA, and then it kind of really makes him look good.
But if they do a recall of her, is it him or is it just some other ditzy broad is going to be
no one on the ballot. It's just we vote for a recall and then we go to the election.
It's
so Rick Caruso kind of has a point. Something I think we have his video. You should listen to his explanation.
Is somebody the front runner? Because he said he's not doing it again.
He hasn't said. Well, also you got to think there's a governor race in California in 2026. Yeah. Why wouldn't Rick Caruso want to be the fucking governor of California and not
because Kamala Harris is a retarded woman of color, and that's who we want to govern us, versus a non-retarded white guy who would do a good job.
Boring.
But by the way, we don't look like heroes. Electing a white guy who's good.
You know, it's funny. When I first saw this headline, I'll see if I can find the exact headline, but it was the Los Angeles Times, and they couched the headline as if Rick Caruso was supporting Karen Bass.
All right,
let's listen to this.
If you're going to do a recall now, what's going to happen is the city is going to end up spending $25 to $30 million, which it doesn't have because we've already been told that the city's broke. And then it's going to take 8 to 10 months, and it's going to run up to the June primary. And people in June are going to have an opportunity to vote for or against the mayor. And so why do it now? And I think it's a waste of money, waste of resources. And one last thing. We've got so many things the mayor needs to deal with in this city and deal with it well with a lot of focus. Rebuilding in the Palisades. We still have a major homeless problem. All of these kind of things. The crime, it's going to be a diversion to her and her team. And we don't need her attention diverted right now.
Yeah. In a backhanded way. No, he's supporting Los Angeles. You know, he's not supporting Karen Bass. I respect that.
Another thing I heard Randy Wang on KABC say is that if she's under a recall while in office, she can use city funds to defend herself and thus double dip where you know. Perfect. So it's like, okay, Caruso, stop being smart, but I agree with him.
All right. And he's also saying by the time we get all up in this, we'll be at the next...
We'll be voting anyway.
We'll be voting anyway. All right.
But everyone wants a pound of flesh, and I understand that. And everyone, you know...
Yeah.
Everyone wants to get her out. But
all right. What else you got, man?
All right. Look, in horrific news, a grandmother mauled to death by pit bulls that were high on cocaine.
No.
Yeah, there's a lawsuit. An Ohio grandmother was mauled to death by her neighbor's pit bulls, which were later found to be high on cocaine, according to the lawsuit. This story is just maddening.
This sounds like a perfect sequel to the movie Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, no, the dogs got high on coke and got out before, and they caught him and gave him back, and they were in the process of getting rid of this guy's pit bulls, and they once again got into the coke stash and mauled this lady who was just minding her own business and working in the community garden.
The community garden?
Yeah. Her disabled husband watched as this happened.
I was sure it wasn't a filter. He's like, he just didn't want to help. He just was like, I can't.
Yeah, no.
I can't help.
The disabled husband, I guess, well, first off, what's he even doing? Like, I'm going to watch you till soil while I sit here? Like, it's kind of a weird thing for a disabled person to watch somebody do.
Well, no, I mean, I'm pretty sure he wasn't watching her garden. I think he came out as the dogs were mauling the lady, kind of helpless to do anything. Man.
He should have created a diversion. He should have come out with some meat.
Yeah.
And just like, hey, over here, you know.
Heroin or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, the guy's son, oh man, the dead woman's son, Bill Rogers, says, how do you not look at them as the villain responsible for killing your mom about the dogs? I don't know, man. This one gets me fired up. My mom likes the garden. If somebody's man, they would not make it to the prison. You know what I mean?
And pit bulls are kind of bad enough.
My mom, nothing could stop me from getting this guy.
Well, we've established that your mom was a sandwich maker.
Yes.
Whereas I don't have as strong of feelings about saving my mom from pit bulls. She's not a sandwich. She was not a sandwich maker. You have to ask yourself, was your mom a sandwich maker? If the answer is yes, then there was love. There was great love. Was your mom a sandwich maker?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and jellies, but she did make sandwiches.
The act of sandwich making is the act of love. I've really been thinking about it.
Wow.
Like, you take time, you get things out, you sort of lay it out, and it's all spreading the love around. You know what I mean? It's not just spreading the creamy Jif. It's spreading the love.
Your mom didn't make you sandwiches?
Well, there were sandwich issues at my house.
Really?
Yeah, because sandwiches would require sliced bread and not 14 grain unsprouted whole wheat hippie bread.
Oh, okay.
Whole wheat hippie bread doesn't work. And when you so if you take Wonder Bread, you take white bread, and then you take this sort of processed Peter Pan peanut butter or Skippy smooth, you just take that shit out and it just glides like a Zamboni right over the top of that shit. Okay. If you take 17 grain unsprouted whole wheat bread and lay that shit, first off, good luck even getting it to sit flat. It does what it wants, you know? And then you get the unblanched, unsalted, raw health food peanut butter with no stabilizers in it. It's got its oil slick at the top. Yep. You take that shit. And you try to rub it on that bread, it rolls over the top of it and eventually turns into a wheel, and it just sucks up gravel. Then you get to the end, and then you have to treat it like silly putty on the funny pages. You have to spread it out, like try to press it down. You know, it's like putting a toupee on or something. Like stick it down, and then there's no Smucker's grape jelly because all that is corn syrup and purple dye number 14. You got honey.
Oh, no.
And the honey ain't the squeeze bear. No squeeze bear. That's plastic. It's a jar of honey. So now you got to take the fucking knife out and try to spread the honey over the top of the 14 grain, and then you bite in it, and the fucking bread falls apart, and everything drips. The honey,
dry ass mouth.
No air conditioning in the house. San Fernando Valley, 108 degrees outside. The fucking honey's drip. It's liquefied. It's dripping everywhere.
God.
No sandwich. All right, good. That's peanut butter and jelly.
Wow.
Well, what about
cold cuts?
What about ham?
Yeah.
What about cold? Meat is murder, bro.
Oh, no.
You think you're going to have a bunch of fucking Oscar Mayer cold cuts and pre-sliced cheese and shit
bologna.
with fucking mayonnaise? No. That's meat is murder. You know, and also cold cuts, I mean, they're kind of ubiquitous now. But cold cuts were a big ticket item back then. That wasn't cheap. You had to go to the fucking deli and get the guy to slice the provolone and slice the smoked ham. No fucking way. There's no way that was happening. They didn't even really... They sold like bologna, which my mom would have never done because that's the man, processed and everything else. So... Now you've eliminated turkey, you've eliminated ham, you have a kind of place saver peanut butter, but not really. It's not. You guys don't know what it's like to eat a health food peanut butter sandwich.
I've had
That's
that.
the fuck. And by the way, as soon as you bite it, it welds to the top of your mouth. Spend the whole fuck. You get one bite, 20 minutes later, you're still chewing it like cud. You just 14 grain bread. You got your fucking finger out. You're trying to peeling it off the top of your mouth. It is not the peanut butter sandwich you're thinking of.
Yeah.
It's a shit show.
Wow.
So there's no sandwich.
But you grew up in such a healthy house, it sounds like.
No.
The problem is then you get an unhealthy appetite for the good stuff when you leave the house. You know what I mean? That's where the problem comes in. But look, let's not make it about me.
I should have brought you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Ooh. You know what I argue about? I think I wrote about it in one of my books, but it's really the only sandwich that gets better with time. Like,
yes,
you could make it at 7 a.m. and put it in your bag and go to school, and at noon it's better.
Yeah, even if it's mush,
other
you
sandwiches
sit on it.
decline over that. These actually, the oil emulsifies with the bread a little bit.
It becomes one.
Yeah,
you're right.
But not this sandwich. Not the health food one. The health food one you can't even transport. It's too heavy.
No,
can't move it.
Yeah, and
it falls apart. You know, Wonder Bread's a little chewy, like got a little doughiness in it. The 17 grain sprouted shit, it just fucking falls apart.
The Ezekiel bread, I've had it.
Ugh.
Yeah,
and the peanut butter doesn't keep it bound together. That just rolls. It's a shit show.
It falls off. Yeah.
In ice cream news, Ben & Jerry's is accusing its parent company, Unilever, of breaching its merger agreement by ousting the ice cream company's CEO for the brand's repeated public comments on progressive issues, removing its chief executive without the board's approval. So
Ben & Jerry's is so woke and so progressive. It's
unfortunate.
So weird.
Yeah, I haven't bought from them in years.
Oh, really?
No, it's just they've been woke for quite some time now. And it's like, thank God for Haagen. I was like, if Haagen-Dazs pulls this shit, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah. So it's really like one company was pro-choice, Ben & Jerry's, and then one company built ovens that Jews were put in World War II. Right. And Chrissy's like, I'm going with the Haagen-Dazs.
Yeah.
Haagen-Dazs sounds like a camp in Poland, doesn't it? My great-grandfather was rounded up and taken to Haagen-Dazs.
Yeah.
And he's put on a cattle train and he was taken straight to Haagen-Dazs.
Haagen-Dazs camp.
Yeah, spent the whole war there.
My grandpa almost died at Haagen-Dazs. Yeah, he fell off the guard tower.
My great uncle helped liberate Haagen-Dazs in '44.
When we rolled over Haagen-Dazs, Hitler was running.
I really am German. My dad's side is German, and my dad's dad was a German soldier. And I was like, was grandfather a Nazi, Dad? And he was telling me, like, well, the Nazis were the top of the top. Like, they were the alpha, like, best. And, grandfather was, like, not. But he was, I don't know. He might have been who knows? He was probably Nazi adjacent. It's kind
of a good thing. Like, I wasn't smart enough to be a Nazi.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where you go, oh, you're doing that. It's kind of like people have a defense where they go sometimes like, I didn't know the guy couldn't operate a tractor. It's like, you should have known I was too stupid to drive a tractor. Yeah. Like, oh, I like when you're claiming it,
Yeah.
But, where is Haagen-Dazs out of?
Yeah, it's definitely a German word. No,
it's probably an American company.
Oh, it is now, but it started as something. It had to start as
the
something.
Nazis would eat ice cream after they, killed Jews.
Oh my God!
It's invented by Ruben Matthes, the founder of the brand. Danish. Tribute to Denmark's treatment of Jews during World War II. What? No way. Hold on. Let me read this again. The name Haagen-Dazs was invented by Ruben Matthes, the founder of the brand, to sound Danish as a tribute to Denmark's treatment of Jews during World War II. Though it's a made-up word. Hold on a second, I'm trying to read here. Though it's a made-up word with no real meaning in Danish, founded in 1960 by Ruben and Matthes in the Bronx, New York, with the goal of creating high-quality ice cream. So they're in the Bronx, and no one wants to have it named after something cool. So they made up the word Haagen-Dazs.
Like Yabba Dabba.
But where the hell did the Jews part come in?
I really didn't know Jews were part of this origin story.
I told you
now
were supporting it.
Now I'm even more for it.
Well, it's interesting you say that because Ben & Jerry's initial lawsuit filed in November 2024 alleged Unilever silenced its attempts to publicly support Palestinian refugees and resolutions to end military aid to Israel, where the company had done business since 1987.
I just feel like people who make ice cream should make ice cream, and people who make cars should make cars, and students should just be students and go to fucking college. Like, just everyone shut up. All this. By the way, I don't want Haagen-Dazs or Ben & Jerry's announcing who they support, and I don't want you telling me you're bisexual. Just go about your fucking business. Just go about. It doesn't have anything to do with me. Just show up, be a student, work here, buy that, and shut the fuck up. That's all.
That's how it used to be.
That's how it used to be. Ruben and Rose Matthes were Polish Jewish entrepreneurs who founded the Haagen-Dazs ice cream business in the United States. There is some sort of Holocaust connection, evidently. I thought I made that up.
I thought so too.
All right. What else we got?
We got another story. The Gorilla, Stephen Gorillo from the Howard Stern Show wrote a book, and his big thing is Howard Stern made a political U-turn to please A-list pals.
Oh, wait. Grillo? Was it
Sounds
Steve Grillo?
familiar.
Yeah, Gorilla. Remember, he was an intern on the Howard Stern show before you took it over. The guy was like, he just really bagged on him a lot. He said that once he got the job, it became a nightmare with him being egged on into humiliating himself, but gave him a taste of fame.
Right. So he wrote a book, and he said what in the book?
He said he never wanted to be on the air, but Howard Stern kind of pulled him on there as an intern. Said the place was a snake pit. You never knew when you were going to get set up.
Wow.
Yeah, he was always a nervous wreck, and it got worse when they brought me on the show. I have Robin Quivers cackling in my ear, and somebody would be throwing balls of paper in my face. Then I would have Howard staring at me, his piercing blue eyes darting all over the place, trying to make me look worse than I already did.
Yeah, but he says
that he definitely got George Pataki, elected governor of New York, and he was a big Rudy Giuliani supporter. And
But
he says it's gross to see what he's turned into. I think it's quite pathetic, to be honest.
Well, okay, so listen, I've told people this 100 million times when they sort of go, what's going on with all these Hollywood folks? If you make an announcement, you don't have to make an announcement. Your politics, if they don't align with their politics, then they won't come on your show. That's sort of their steadfast rule. That's how they do it. They've done it. They've always done it that way. And I don't know why. I don't get why that needs to happen, but that's the rule. So if you are doing a show and you announce, let's just say, I'll take somebody I don't know well, but let's just say Jimmy Fallon announced that he was voting for Trump. Now, Jimmy Fallon may have very well voted for Trump. I know somebody voted for Trump because he's the fucking president. But let's just say Jimmy Fallon announced he voted for Trump. Then he would his guest bookings would immediately dry up.
Yeah.
And then what would happen is he'd have a meeting after the show, and he'd say, is Clooney coming on Monday? And they'd go, no, Kevin Sorbo's coming on Monday. And they go, what happened? And they go, Clooney dropped out. And then they go, oh, but is Matt Damon coming on Tuesday? And they'd go, no, you remember Chachi? Remember Scott Baio? Yeah, he's filling in. And then he'd go, wait a minute, what happened to I thought, wasn't Jane Fonda coming in on Friday? No, the chick that got thrown off the Disney, the UFC fighter. What's her name? She's, what's her name? Yo, come on, you fought UFC.
I trained with her.
Riley Gaines is a swimmer.
Yeah.
Oh, she's Thursday.
Yeah. What about the My Pillow guy?
Oh, Mike Lindell?
Yeah.
Remember I told you Jamie Foxx is coming in on? No, we got Mike Lindell.
Oh.
He's a last-minute replacement. Yeah, so
Kid
that's
Rock.
next week. We're doing a whole Kid Rock week.
Ooh.
That'll be the week. The week after that is the Kid Rock
He's going to be in studio and musical guest. All right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's the new bookings. So if you'd like to be in with the Hollywood crowd, and Stern was the king of all media, but never got those people on his show.
Yeah.
So you must be more accommodating to those people. Now, I would like to live in a world where no one gave a shit and they just come on your show regardless. But those days are gone, and Trump ended them.
I don't know. I think it's coming back. I think the fact that a lot of right-wing personalities are like becoming well established, and in that sphere, people kind of have to get both sides of the eyeballs. What do you care if your movie, you know what I mean? It goes to right-wing or left-wing dollars.
Here's the thing. If the numbers are so overwhelming, if you're going on a late night show that gets 900,000 views, or Joe Rogan that gets 21 million views, then at some point commerce kicks in and you go, I'm going to go. But that's with shows that have lots and lots of eyeballs. In a world where everything's sort of in the middle somewhere, then those shows shall be boycotted. So that's how it goes. So Stern changed his politics and then changed his bookings, and that's why he's talking to Jane Fonda and the like.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Who's a horrible person, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, she's the worst.
It'll be interesting to see what happens after Trump, because even though Trump overwhelmingly, he's in office, most people wanted him there. It's still maybe a little bit the stink of the first term, and a lot of people still have that lingering TDS. It'll be interesting to see what happens after Trump, whoever the next president is, how partisan.
Oh, they'll keep going.
Is.
No,
Yeah.
J.D. Vance, they're going to say the same thing. It's going to be a bunch of racist misogynist talk or whatever. It'll be the same thing. It'll be losing our democracy. It'll be the exact same. They'll do it about. They'll try it on Mitt Romney. They'll just whoever racist, they're losing our democracy.